guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Solstice. So when we left off, Constance was being all wackadoodle, and, and then she passed out. So, yeah, we're just hopping right back in. She's finally asleep. Shouldn't we stay at her bed? That's not necessary. She's exhausted and needs rest. Just check up on her every hour or so in case she comes around. What did you give her? Surrey leaf extract. It's a strong depressant. Stress exacerbated her already poor condition. Is it true it happens each year? She's always sick, yes, but I've never seen her behaving like this before. Something must have happened this year, Doctor. I can feel it. It will get worse before it gets better, I'm afraid. It's times like these that I hate being a woman with a gift. I've been having the most disturbing dreams lately, filled with horrid images. They match the omens of the long night, too, so you don't have to tell me it's bad. I already know. Omens of the long night? What is that? An ancient treaty on visions written by northern wise women. Did Yukone tell you about it? Of course not. She ignored all my questions about her magic, but we have a copy of the manuscript in the family archives. Istvan bought one for an astronomical price when he first became obsessed with hermetic knowledge and celestial phenomenon. Sorry, had to adjust my mic. He never read it, of course, just had me prepare summaries for him. He's not much of a scholar, just a very rich man with too much time on his hands. Too much money, power, and a solid case of paranoia. Sarn suffered the consequences of that combination. So you know. I'm finally beginning to understand who Istvan really is. A man used to getting everything he wants, who finally found a mountain he couldn't climb. He thinks he already has answers to all the mundane questions, and that's why the arcane fascinates him. You can't imagine how disappointed he was when he realized he would have to do some actual work. He's been pushing it on me ever since. Do you really want me to believe all you ever did for him was research? In the broad sense of the word? So you're just another spy, like Constance and... Kazuya? No, I would never do what he did. Ah, but you speak with such disgust. Whatever he did must have been horrid indeed. I have my suspicions, that is all. Drop the charade, Laura. You know as well as I do that Sarn never left the city, and as much as you try to hide it, working so close to Istvan makes you very knowledgeable about his schemes. I bet you knew Istvan was targeting Yanni, and me, too. What was I supposed to do? Warn you and end up in prison? Would that have changed anything? For someone who loves to play the martyr, you're not very eager to make sacrifices. But I guess that's irrelevant now. You can still help me by sharing that knowledge of yours. You probably won't believe me, but I'm supposed to tell you something. I saw it in my cards the other night. I drew cards representing you, Constance, and another man, whom I didn't recognize at the time, but now I know was Sarn. Was he really spying for the faculty? I'm not certain. He was secretive about being their agent, and that was enough for Istvan to have him removed. However, Constance and he grew very close. I watched her steer him as she pleased, straight into the reef, like many men before. Only this time she got invested. She wanted something from him, and when he didn't provide it, she disposed of him using Istvan. Constance played Istvan? But why? She's only ever wanted one thing, freedom. I think she thought Sarn... Gods! Ah, my head! The long night has started. We'll finish this later. Go and see if Constance is alright. I'll run to the market and see what's going on. Holy powers, forgive our intrusion and have mercy on us. Let us live another year. Maybe it's Constance. Chapter 5. Solstice. Is this the end? My god, how many chapters are there in this? It's killing me. I want to know what's going to happen. As I ran towards the market square, the whole city trembled as if its very fabric was being stretched by invisible forces. I felt the energy almost physically. Painful vices were tightening around my skull, and I couldn't stop my heart from racing. If this was how the beginning of Solstice felt, I hoped never to witness its full power. I assumed everyone would already be out on the streets, but I was wrong again in my judgment of the city's denizens. Only Yukone left her tent. She just stood there, as grumpy and unmoved as ever, and observed the most peculiar light show unfolding above our heads. So I wonder what would happen if you chose Galen. I figure Galen would be locked up, and then Yanni would probably be having all these conversations with people. Or having different conversations with all these people. And if you blame Sem, would it flip back and forth between Yanni and Galen? It's interesting. I might have to play the other endings just to see. It's begun. The bloody solstice. Yeah, it's not looking good. And what's with the flashes? Ooh, look at that. Jesus, that hurts my eyeballs. Goddess, protect us. Do you see the lights? Seems like the old man is up to something. Look at the dome. It's gotten so faint. It's weakening by the minute. Without it, the snow will only get heavier. Everybody, please, calm down. Calm down? Don't be dense. I say it's a perfect time to panic. Doctor, Constance is gone. She's not in the bathhouse. What? When I left her, she was too weak to stand on her own. Look at Istvan's tower. Ancestors, it's just like the cards told me. He'll kill us all. Enough with your ridiculous scrying, woman. Nobody gives a... Can you sense the energy in the air, magician? Someone is playing with Solstice powers. Yeah, I can feel them. They're coming from both the merchant district and the bathhouse. Magician? I knew it! The Magage. I was reading the mage and the magician at the same time. The mage has been coming up in the cards over and over again. I will take care of things here, but you have to decide where to go now. Either see what Istvan's up to in his tower or go look for Constance. By the waters, no pressure. Oh, frack. Shit. Normally I would say stop Istvan because he's obviously doing something, but everyone keeps saying that during the solstice it's like women have the power, wise women, so I think we should go look for Constance because I think that she might be doing something and perhaps we should, final showdown. Oh, frick. I ran across Kazi on my way to the bathhouse. He was rushing to get as many supplies as possible from the inn down to the caves. The rest were to join him there in case my mission failed. His old city guard's habit kicked in, apparently. Who would have thought? The family guards, on the other hand, behaved like true mercenaries and barricaded themselves in their barracks. I didn't have time to tell them that was a very bad idea. Constance was nowhere to be found, so I started rummaging through her private quarters. Then I entered her bedroom and gasped. An old tapestry on the wall had been removed, revealing a huge gap with steps descending deep into the caves. As I hurried down the stairs, I could feel the tremors getting stronger. This was the epicenter of all the magic in the city. Because, wise women, Yukone kept saying everything about women. Woo! Look at that! That's pretty! The main control chamber, right under our noses. Oh, bitch had access the whole time! According to Yanni's notes, the system is voice-controlled. Operating it should be similar like casting spells. Let's hope the potion will... Greetings, Galen. Oh, bitch is serious. Making sense of Yanni's guidelines, are we? Among other things, yes. Why, Constance? It is the only way. You're wrong. There's always a choice. Maybe in the Isles, but not here. So this is about revenge? Justice? I really thought it would have been Laura. Neither. Justice is dead. It left with the wise women who were raped and killed, protecting their holy waters from the merchants. As for revenge, I once was selfish enough for it, but not anymore. You're about to murder an entire population. Forgive me if I fail to see your charity. It's for their own good. A few will die, but all the others that would come to this place, they'll be saved. Spirits, you're barking mad. Perhaps I am, but that explains little, and an explanation is what you want, is it not? If there is one. There's plenty. Take this tree, for example. Do you recognize it? Your people must be so proud. Do they teach children about it in the Isles? It's a tree made of pipes. It's kind of neat. They do mention it as an example of successful cooperation between craft workers and faculty mechanics. To me, it represents one thing: arrogance. For years, people like you and Yanni have been toying with countless lives in the pursuit of knowledge. What exactly am I guilty of here? They didn't tell you how the city came to be, did they? I know about Kala, if that's what you mean. You do? Why don't you tell me why they created Kala, then? Nothing to say? That's ancient history now. Ha! People like Lev, Istvan, and even your faculty friend don't see it that way. Not only did you invent... Oh god, I clicked that... Oh. Not only did you invent and spread the Kala myth among the slaves, but you allowed the families to use it as a means of control. And that was only part of the plan. Too bad Yanni isn't here to explain her people's involvement. What the hell are you talking about? Do you know why they called this place the Jewel of the North? It's a wonder of technology and architecture, yes. But that's not all. The goal was to build the perfect merit-based society. The academy and faculty provided the shell, the founding merchants bought the first settlers, and the infernal machine began its work. I don't understand. Either you're in denial or they really did keep you in the dark. It matters not. Trust me, I'm doing everyone a favor by bringing this place down. Even if you die? A reasonable price for peace. Constance, please, don't do this. Enough! This ends now. Did she just cut me? What did you do? Oh god, Ooh! Oh, she cut the tree. I took the last fault protection offline. The system is in stasis. Don't worry, access will be restored in a minute. Then I'll shut down the core and everything will be over. The hell you will! Ugh! Arrgh! That's pretty much what he said, though. What the... Craft? What the hell is going on here, Constance? Don't come any closer. You might hurt yourself. You can't be a magic user. I would have sensed it, unless it's artificially induced. And just how would I have done that? With potions or drugs. You're high on white myrrh. You're a much better herbalist than detective. And you're killing yourself. White myrrh is lethal in large doses. It's a small price to pay. I've been cautious with the dosage so far. But now, well, let's just say a long and healthy life is no longer important. That explains the anemia, nosebleeds, fainting. You've been deliberately poisoning yourself for the last 10 months, yes. Plus a year of experimenting with formulas. A few months spent adjusting the dosage. You did all of that by yourself? All the physicians who come to the city have two things in common. They're very talkative and very lonely. And they just gave you the drug? They didn't have to. Istvan's brother was a man of leisure, and white myrrh was one of his favorites. Of course, the fool had no idea about its real potential. Or the potential of his courtesan. I have never been a courtesan. I was a slave. I'm so sorry, Constance. I can't even begin to imagine what he did to you. No, you can't. I don't expect you to understand what I have to do. You can't believe that. Beliefs. What curious little animals humans are. Do you know what the faculty call your academy? People of faith. I never understood why. They say you all blindly follow your academy's orders, and they're right. Yes, that's why you're encouraged to question all opinions and make our own decisions. Why we're encouraged. My dear, what good are your own decisions if they're uninformed? The academy keeps knowledge from you as if it were poison. This is so frickin' good. Have you ever wondered why they sent a complete novice on this mission when they knew the systems were being sabotaged? You came here without the faintest clue about compacts, Kala, or the families. They didn't even tell you how to find this chamber. The chamber was hidden by you. They had no way of knowing that. For the love of... They built this place. Are you really that blind? Right, so they knew, but didn't tell me. Why would they do that? I understand you have a grudge against the academy, but this is ridiculous. They didn't tell you because they didn't care. Your people lost interest in the city a long time ago. They got what they wanted from the families, and that was it. From time to time, they send an amateur like you to sniff around. Agents don't come back, but apparently they can live with that. I know what you're trying to do, and it won't work. I'm trying to open your eyes to the truth. Everyone deserves to know they've been manipulated. You do see it, don't you? It is possible. It wouldn't be unlike Geed to test me like this. Secrets have saved her more than once. She's a little shady. She used you and you still defend her? How easily victims justify their oppressors. I'm sorry, but I prefer to see the good in people. Once a slave, always a slave. Those were Istvan's brother's last words, spoken as my poison consumed him. Spirits, the way you speak. You enjoyed killing him. That man was a monster. Maybe now I am one too. Just like you are, killing Lev for the greater good. I don't know anymore. I know how you feel, Galen. I didn't want to harm anyone. Until the city changed you. Only now you realize you were protecting the true villains. But there's no time for soul searching. So she sliced her arm. I totally didn't. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I'm like, oh look, she hurt the tree. So she sliced her arm all up, and that I was like, why did blood splatter just from her cutting the tree? I'm so smart. Spacey doesn't notice things. Tell me, are you here to stop me? I don't know anymore. I'm here to save you. I'm here to save everyone. We're gonna save everyone. I'm here to save everyone. I understand what you're trying to achieve, but I can't let you kill all those people, Constance. Then you're still blind. I respect life. If that makes me blind, then so be it. Fool! This ends now! Lots of words that I can't pronounce. Yeah. I mean, there's some words in there, but I can't pronounce that whole thing, so I'm not even gonna try. The waters are now protected. No one is dying here tonight. What did she cut now? Arrgh! Constance, no! I can't give up now. The protection isn't permanent, but it'll hold for the rest of Solstice. Please, put that knife down. You magicians don't learn from the past, do you? The wise men and women of the North found power in these waters, power they couldn't understand, and they became attuned to it. They spoke to the waters until one day the waters spoke back. And you know what they said? Put the knife down. No, I don't think that's what they said. The waters asked for blood. The tribes performed sacrifices and were rewarded. That's why their curses are still so powerful. Even Yakone knows this. You don't have to die. Your people never understood the power of self-sacrifice. Wait! It's my choice, Doctor! Lots of blood and slashing. Oh, did she just kill herself? Oh, Jesus. No! Yanni, you better be right about this. Voice control! Display system state! Damn it. Congratulations, Constance. This thing is falling apart, just like you wanted. I have to reach the others. Let's hope they made it. Oh, shit. Good, good. I ran as fast as I could, the walls cracking around me. Constance was dead. She sacrificed her life to bring down the city she hated. That kind of magic can rarely be stopped. I was lucky and reached the shelter in time. I didn't have to explain anything to Yanni. She already knew. She wouldn't berate me for losing the system. Blaming herself was an old habit. My mission, however, was a success. The waters still flowed. The city crumbled, but its people survived, hiding in the warm underground caves and scheming, before the family's return. When I finally booked passage with the first outgoing caravan, I gave the Jewel of the North one last gaze. It was a ruined shadow of its former glory, broken spires still gleaming in the northern sun. At least people survived. I feel like we probably all would have died, or like he would have died or something if we went to go get Istvan instead of trying to stop her. I hoped the restoration of the city would bring about a deeper change. My intuition, however, told me otherwise. Oh, good lord. Okay, so maybe if we went to get Istvan, the city would have actually been destroyed as opposed to, okay, it's in ruins, but it's still standing. Because the water was protected. If we had gone to get Istvan, she would have destroyed it and we probably all would have died. Well, that's cool. We should do that next time. Ending. Constance's plan is partially successful and the proud walls of the city crumble and fall. As entire districts vanish under snow, people seek refuge underground and await the true winter's end. Clear waters. The crimes of yesterday become irrelevant, and the only thing that matters is survival. Fortunately, the magic of the waters stays strong. When the families finally arrive, they discover their city in ruins. They quickly decide to rebuild, assign a few overseers, and rush back to their winter palaces. A servant most of her life, Laura finally decides to use these changes to her own advantage. Relying on her experience, she strengthens her position in the reforming hierarchy of the new city. Galen is greeted as a hero when he returns home. Dismayed to learn about Yanni's failure, the faculty launches an investigation. Using his charisma, Geed's help, and the occasional lie or two, Galen manages to convince the jury there was no foul play on his side. Oh. Oh. That's sad. That's just sad about Yanni, is like, just dismayed to learn about Yanni's failure, the faculty launches an investigation. So it doesn't say anything about what happened to her. Kazuya is there to confirm his words the entire time. Soon they set off on another mission, this time to the far south, where their feelings deepen as they learn how to forgive and love one another. Aww! Yanni spends the rest of True Winter in her search for Kala. Unknowingly, she stumbles upon something else. When the families come back, Yanni signs a compact to design the city anew. It is only years later that the inhabitants begin to feel the first disturbing consequences of Yanni's changes. Oh shit. Sem feels abandoned and betrayed by everyone he began to trust. With nothing to hold him in the city, he lifts the most valuable possessions of the families and flees north. Oh, that's sad. She blamed Istvan, but he's still all betrayed and leaves. I kind of like... Maybe if she had... I kind of feel like it would never have ended well for Yanni, because if she blamed Galen, maybe it would have ended better for her and not for him, but if she blamed Sem, it would never have ended... So she would never had a shot with Sem, probably. I mean, I don't know. When the merchant agents finally find him, he signs a compact to his liking and is allowed to continue his travels. Every time the family's orders come, he is content to steal or silently kill for them. Oh, that's so sad. Seeing his experiments fail, Istvan loses interest in science. He instead makes plans to restore his position as head of the bank. Slava observes this tradition and decides it's time for her to change. When Istvan cancels her compact, she returns to her home country to rejoin the royal expedition. She becomes a valued cartographer and navigator. It is in these unknown waters, amid raging storms, that for the first time in a long while, she feels free. Well, that's good for her. Encouraged by Galen, Yukone leaves the north, seeking the adventure and freedom she always craved. When she arrives in the Isles, she is welcomed with open arms and allowed to study craft in exchange for her knowledge of northern rituals. She befriends Galen, but it is with his mentor that she forms a much stronger bond. She convinces Nana Gi to take her as an apprentice, and they travel together, experience life to the fullest. I kind of feel bad for Yanni. Like, Galen's a murderer, and he's like, happy little life, and she's like, yeah, like crap. The northern tribes tell the tale of the night the city towers fell, and the elders sang with joy, feeling their holy waters would finally be returned to them. But the families are relentless. Soon the jewel is rebuilt, its splendor even greater, and influence even broader than before. They give it a name worthy of its strength and beauty: Adamant. Although some lives were saved that solstice night, countless others are consumed, and the cogs continue to turn forever. Creepy. The end. That was creeptastic end. Clearwater's. Oh, what? We're not done yet? Holy crap. Oh, no, that was it. Okay. 40% variance found, so this is cool. I need to see what some of the other endings were. Okay, so we're good. So do we have like do we get a little pop-up-y thingy? It doesn't give us a little... I liked how in Cinders it had a little pop-up and all the little things that we got, but that was it. So anyway, that was Solstice. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe, down the road in a little bit, depending on, what you guys think. Leave comments or whatever in this one. We'll try doing blaming, we can, actually, we can try doing the ending. I wonder if we can try doing the ending and just chasing down Istvan. Or, I mean, like, we can go back and blame Galen, or we can go back and blame Sem. I mean, obviously Sem and Yanni, nothing good happened between them, so maybe we should just blamed him anyway, and see if we get to play with Yanni again. I don't know. But anyway, that's it for now. So I hope you enjoy this. I had a lot of fun. This one was really cool. So, and I like the visual novels where you have choices and stuff like that, because it's pretty easy. I mean, it's something easy to relax and do instead of shooting zombies. Or being stressed out. I kind of like the choice-based kind of games where I don't have to worry about dying so much. Anyway, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.